Hi guys, welcome to this new video. I'm Kiona Elizabeth, or you can call me Kiona. Today, I'm going to do something very exciting. I'm going to show you guys which self-help books are on my TBR. I have 5 self-help books on my TBR. I'm all into self-help and development and everything. So I'm going to show you guys which book are still on my TBR. I want to buy more books like self-help, self-development, about money and stuff, but I have a lot of books on my TBR right now, and it's not only self-help books, also romance, so I'm kind of putting myself on a book ban here. But today I'm going to show you guys which books are on my TBR. So the first book is 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think by Brianna Wiest, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Well, the title already says it. It changes the way that you think, and it's actually a book. I didn't know this, but it's actually a book where there's sort of laws. For example, 16 reasons why you still don't have the love you want. So then it like elaborates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it goes on and on and on, and like it describes sort of title of the law or something. I think it's sort of like that. I will read the back for you guys so you guys kind of know what it's about, even though the title kind of already says it. 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. The global bestseller and social media phenomenon is a collection of author Brianna Wiest's most beloved pieces of writing. Her meditations include why you should pursue purpose over passion, embrace negative thinking, see the wisdom in daily routine, and become aware of the cognitive I have no idea what this says. Cognitive seizes. Anyway, that are creating the way you see your life. Some of these pieces have never been seen. Others have been read by millions of people around the world. Regardless, each will leave you thinking, this idea changed my life. It's pretty thick, as you can see, but yeah, I bought this spontaneously actually on Amazon. I don't know, I saw that some people were reading this book and I was like, I just need to buy this because I can be a little bit in my head sometimes. I think that maybe this book can help me with this. Like it said, embracing negativity and like learning how to deal with that and to like know how to handle certain situations in your life. So yeah, let's move on to the next book. Oh, I also want to say all the books that I show you in this video are linked down below. So if you want to read any of these books, you can go to the link in the description if you're interested. Okay, so the second book is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. I hope I pronounced that name right. I have the small version. You also have thicker version. It's really small. Like, oh, that's the receipt. It's really small, as you can see. Like I can literally hold it with one hand. I think many people maybe have seen this book on their For You page, and this book teaches you about money. So it's a personal finance book about finance, economics. It here says Rich Dad Poor Dad is a starting point for anyone looking to gain control of their financial future. Explodes the myth that you need to earn a high income to become rich, especially in a world where technology, robots, and a global economy are changing the rules. Teaches why acquiring and building assets can be more important to your future than a big paycheck. Tax advantage investors and business owners enjoy. Challenges the belief that your house is an asset, as millions of people learn firsthand when the housing bubble burst and the subprime mortgage fiasco raged. Okay, what the frick did I just read? Challenges the belief that your house is an asset, as millions of people learned firsthand when the housing bubble burst and the subprime mortgage fiasco raged. Reminds us why we can't count on the school system to teach our kids about money, and why this critical life skill is more important today than ever before. Expands what to teach your kids about money so they can be prepared for the challenges and opportunities of today's world and enjoy the rich life they deserve. The main reason people struggle finance is because they have spent years in school but learned nothing about money. The result is that people learn to work for money but never learn to have money work for them. I think the main purpose of this book is to figure out how to not work for money but let money work for you. And I think that's one of the main points that this man wants to bring forward with this book. And yeah, very interesting. So moving on to the next book is The Secret, The Power by Rhonda Breen. I have no idea how to pronounce her last name. Rhonda Byrne. I'm just gonna say Byrne. This book is about a law that attracts energy and about how to do that. It's very difficult to explain, but you also have a movie about this book. You can also watch the movie. This is a book about attraction, about energy, about how to let your thoughts, your positive thoughts influence your life. It goes like this. If you have negative thoughts and you have a positive goal, the line between positivity and negativity is big because you have a negative mind and you want something positive. I'm trying to explain this the best way possible. So there's a big difference between here and here. But what if you have a positive mind and you want something positive? You become like more aligned with the thing that you want. So if you have a positive mindset, it's more likely to have positive things happen in your life. And I think that this book teaches you that about the energy and about a sort of law. So on Google it says the pseudo-scientific law of attraction. So this book tells you all about the law of attraction and it's very interesting. I have it in my mother language, so in Dutch. I'm currently borrowing it from somebody, but it's definitely a book that I want to read. So yeah, that is the third book that is on my TBR. Moving on to the fourth book, which I've had for such a long time. I'm also borrowing this from my niece. The Subtitle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson. I wanted to read this book when I was very in the phase where I was overthinking everything. Most of the time I'm still an overthinker, and I think when I saw this book I was like, I need to read this book because I hope that it can help me not overthink as much as I'm doing right now. I think I started this book. I stopped at chapter 2, but I started this book a long time ago, but I'm still planning on reading this because like I said, I'm still sometimes struggling with overthinking too much and having too much in my head. That's also because I have ADHD, so I have a lot of things going through my head. I think a lot, and that's also a reason why I can overthink very fast, and I had that a period very bad. So I saw that my niece had this book. I was like, can I borrow it? Because I'm so curious about if this book has knowledge that maybe can help me get over this. Let's read the back with each other, see what it's about. In this generation, defining self-help guide, a superstar blogger shows us that the key to being strong, happier people is to handle adversity better and stop trying to be positive all the time. For the past year, Mark Manson, via his widely popular blog, has been working on correcting our delusional exceptions for ourselves and for the world. He now brings his hard-fought wisdom to this groundbreaking book. Manson makes the argument that human beings are flawed and limited. As he writes, not everybody can be extraordinary. There are winners and losers in society, and some of it is not fair or your fault. Manson advises us to get to know our limitations and accept them. This, he says, is the real source of empowerment. Once we embrace our fears, faults, and uncertainties, once we stop running from and avoiding and start confronting painful truths, we can begin to find the courage and confidence we desperately seek. In life, we have limited amounts to give, so you must choose your wisely. Manson brings a much needed grab you by the shoulder and look you in the eyes moments of real talk, filled with entertaining stories and profane, ruthless humor. This manifesto is a refreshing slap in the face for all of us, so that we can start to lead more contented, grounded lives. That is what this book is about. Very interesting, and I think that I can learn a lot from this book. So yeah, definitely a book that I'm very excited for. Definitely planning to read because I think it can give me a lot of knowledge. Like he says, accept our faults and that not everything is our fault all the time. And I think that's very important to like have the mindset like, okay, I can't do anything about it. I will just accept what just happened to me and just move on and just let it be. I think that is good that this man, Mark Manson, wrote a book about it. So yeah. So my last self-help book on my TBR is Good Vibes, Good Life by Vax King. I actually started reading this book, but I started Think and Grow Rich too, and I hadn't finished Think and Grow Rich. So I was like, okay, I'm first gonna finish Think and Grow Rich, and then I'm gonna start reading this one. It's very beautiful, as you can see. I love how the book looks. It looks very beautiful. It's a book about self-love and how to unlock your greatness. And yeah, yeah, I was reading this book and there are a lot of quotes and it's so positive, and I don't know, it talks about self-love and it's very peaceful or something. I don't know how to explain. I was at page 13, but I did tab on a page that I think is a good quote. So this quote was about memories, and he said, "Things are different now. I look back on my memories and embrace everything that happened. There's a lesson to be learned from every event. I realize that the good, the bad, the downright ugly events are all a part of who I've become. Although some of them have been painful, they are a blessing. They've taught me so much. My experience have left me with a drive to find a way out of misery and a path towards a better life." I thought that was very beautiful. So that's why I obviously put a tab on that page. But this book is all about self-love. Be the best version of you that you can be. How can you learn to truly love yourself? How can you transform negative emotions into positive ones? Is it possible to find lasting happiness? In this book, Instagram guru Fax King answers all of these questions and more. Fax overcame adversity to become a source of hope for thousands of young people and now draws from his personal experience and his intuitive wisdom to inspire you to practice self-care, overcome toxic energy, and prioritize your well-being. Cultivating positive life habits, including mindfulness and meditation, changing your beliefs to invite great opportunities into your life, manifest your goals using tried and tested techniques, overcome fear and flow with the universe, find your higher purpose, and become a shining light for others. In this book, Fax King will show you that when you change the way you think, feel, speak, and act, you begin to change the world. How positive thinking, self-love, and overcoming fear lead to lasting happiness. So yeah, that is what this book is all about. And I saw this on another creator's platform and I saw the quotes that were in this book and I thought I need to have this book because it was just so inspiring. And I think that self-help books most of the time can give you a lot of knowledge, but I think books are not like the only thing that you need, because through experience is the best way. Experiencing fear, pain, etc. will actually like give you a reason to do something. And you can read a book, but it's your choice to like do something with the knowledge that is in the book. If you don't do anything with the knowledge, you've read the book, but you still don't implement it in your life. And that is why I also think books are not only something that you need to improve or to love yourself. You also need to learn it through life. So reading a book is very helpful, but if you don't do anything with the knowledge in the book, it's just there. You know the knowledge, but you don't implement it anywhere. And that is definitely something that I learned with the book I finished a few weeks ago, which is Atomic Habits. I finished this book and it's all about habits. It's very interesting, but to do actually something with the things that are said in this book is very difficult for me. And like half of the things that are in this book I don't use in my daily life, even though I should, because I want to create better habits. So that is definitely something I have to work on for myself, to also use the knowledge in the books in my daily life, because otherwise I can read the books but I'm not going to do anything with it, and that's unfortunate and a waste of my time. So that is also why I'm saying self-help books are not the only things that you need or to do to actually improve. It's also just by living your life and experiencing things in your life that eventually you're just done with feeling like this, feeling the heartbreak, feeling the pain, and you're like, I need to change. Yeah, that is just something that I wanted to say to you guys. That was actually the video of today. So I hope you guys liked this video. I really want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you hopefully at the next video. You are loved and I love you.